finally, apparently something's already affecting my phone. Here's our room. Wow. Our jacuzzi. We have a slot machine. Oh my gosh. What in the world are all these doors? Is that a bathroom? Open that up and see what that is.
There's the bathroom.
Oh, what is that? Closet? Oh, duh. What is that? Window?
I don't think you can go.
There used to be a window, maybe, or a door. It goes outside.
Yeah.
It's locked.
I think.
We have a slot machine. Oh my gosh, it's got money down below. Look at that. Look, I wonder if you can really play it. See that?
Oh wow.
Here's the bathroom. This is the 1905 Basin Park Hotel. Oh, this is awesome.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, did you open it? Oh, it's a balcony that goes out front.
It's just over the thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, that's cool. Hey everybody, we had our ghost tour last night. We didn't see anything on the tour, but a few people did. But we had a strange experience in the bedroom that I posted about last night, and we're about to go eat breakfast, take another walk of the town, because there's some really neat shops here. I'd like to buy some stuff. And then we're off to the Crescent Hotel, where it's the most haunted hotel in America. And here's our room. Really nice hot tub.
Yep.
See you later.
Hey.
Thanks for the help. I took the cap off.
Come on
Oh my gosh.
Come on all in here and check out downtown Eureka Springs.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Have a lot of caves right in this restaurant. Coming out tonight.
It's really cool.
Good pictures.
No, I filmed.
All you folks been in for a while, if you're able to check out the Basin Park. And if it wasn't for the springs there, this town wouldn't be here. Because this is the town that water built. A lot of your Wild West towns were created by the gold rush. People came here for the spring water. That's how we actually developed and grew. So it was about 300 years ago. This was just a pristine white oak forest. And the only humans that were here were the Osage Indian tribe. And this was their sacred healing grounds. Our ancestors for years knew that the waters that flowed from the West Mountain had magical healing powers. And they believed their gods, their spirit gods, gave them these abilities. And they were to share them, they were told by their ancestors, to other tribes that would come through. And they did. They got along with other tribes. There was no fighting. The other tribes respected their grounds, and they came in full-heartedly and left their weapons outside so there wouldn't be no offense to their weapons. And they would use the springs, and they were healed also. So it was said that their chieftain at the time was named Black Dog, and his father was the one who chiseled out of the limestone base rock down there on the base a bowl, we call it a basin, that held the waters when it come flowing down. They also chiseled out a 12-gallon bathtub. So their people would drink of the waters and bathe in the waters, and that's how their healings were done. So they got along. This went along with many years with no problems. But then here comes 1803, the year the United States government signs the Louisiana Purchase. And then a decade later came the Indian Removal Act. So the government was coming through eventually this way to, usher those Indians out of the lands they got newly acquired. And of course the Indians weren't happy with it. A lot of fighting went on, but They called it the Trail of Tears when the Indians had to leave. Now the actual trail itself went south and north of here. It did not come through Eureka Springs, but you know, pretty close. And the Osage tribe heard the white man was coming. So they decided they were going to leave on their own. They weren't going to wait for the white men to get here to usher them out. Because they didn't want them to see where their spring was. They hid it. They covered it up and buried it. It was not for the white man, it was only for the Indians, the Indian tribes. So they left on their own accord to territories west of us, which is now Osage County, Oklahoma. So for decades, it went to legend, there's tales, there's a secret spring somewhere in the Ozarks, a secret healing springs, magical powers, but nobody could find it. They looked and looked, but no one could ever find it. It was some time after that a doctor by the name of Oliver Jackson discovered it accidentally while he was in this area hunting. He was here with his dogs, his hunting dogs, and his boy, and they chased a black panther into one of them small caves I was telling you about over there behind us in the West Mountain. Now the dogs outnumbered the cat, and they killed the cat. Well, of course, with those claws of that cat, they were pretty badly damaged and hurt. And the dogs came out one by one out of that cave. There were 3 of them. But the third one didn't come out, but the doctor could hear it in the cave crying. Oh, that was his favorite dog. You know, he had went in there after the dog and seen it was trapped in the muds, terribly injured underneath the dead cat. So we went and struggled to get the poor guy out. He was covered in mud, and he took him back to Berryville to be treated. The next day, him and his boy packed up and came back to get the cat because they left it behind. They wanted that carcass, that health. So they came back, and the boy was complaining. He's been complaining for 2 days. He had to go on this trip with his father. The boy had an eye infection. They called it sore eye. And the doctor didn't know how to cure it. All he knew was you just had to run its course. Nothing you can do about it. So the boy's complaining. He's got to go, hunting to get this cat with his dad, and they're getting covered in mud to get the cat out of that cave. It's just a mess. It had rained the night before. So they're struggling to get this muddy old cat out, and the boy's rubbing his face, rubbing his eyes, and getting that mud in his eyes, and feeling pretty miserable. So the doctor's feeling a little bad. They get the cat loaded up, but now he's going to clean up the boy. He's seen a stream flowing down the mountain. Come over here, let's wash off the mud. So he's washing his face, washing off the mud, they're cleaning up, and then he puts some of that cold, cool water in his eyes. Maybe he'll find some relief. And he sure did. He felt wonderful. This water was great. So the doctor kept applying the water to his eyes. They spent the night, they camped out. When they woke up in the morning, the boy's eyes were completely cured. The doctor goes, wow. All they did was put that water in his eyes. So he goes to the spring and checks it out. He had a couple of empty bottles in his bag, and he filled up with some of the water, corked it up, and put it in his bag. Then he went investigating. He followed the stream down the mountain to the bottom of the mountain, to the base. And he pushed away rocks and gravel and debris. My goodness, he found a bowl. It looks like it's been chiseled on a limestone base rock. He remembers all those folklores and all those tales he heard about the Osage tribe and their sacred springs. He kept looking. He's going to look for the tub now. This tub's got to be here close. He found the tub. And he says, my goodness, I found the secret spring. He goes back home to, to Berryville with his bottles of water. And he thought, I'm going to try this out on other folks that are sick. Now, folks, the yellow fever was a big epidemic back in those days. This is cowboy and Indian times, Wild West times. And folks were really suffering. So he's treating them with this water, and the folks are being cured. The folks are thinking he's some marvelous new physician. He's got some new remedy here. This is really working for folks. And they're starting to get a lot of business in his practice. He gets a fella in that's got a really terrible condition called erysipelas. Now this condition is like a dermatitis, like a skin disease, and it was on his legs. And open wounds and sores, and he was just covered in it. And the doctor looked at his little bottles and he's going, this ain't gonna do it. I need more water than his little bottles. But he remembered that bathtub over here. That'll do it, he thought. Why don't you come hunting with me, he told the man. I got something to show you. Now the doctor's name was Alva Jackson, and this man that he's trying to help out's name was Levi Best Saunders. Now those were the two men that actually gave the town its name, Eureka Springs. So Levi Best Saunders came hunting with them, and the doctor let that tub fill up with the spring waters and had the man bathe in it. Now it took him a while. It took him 3 months to cure him. They put up a little lean-to hut next to the spring, brought the man back and forth supplies, kept him comfortable, and within 3 months, he was completely cured of that erysipelas. Not only that, the man lost about 30-some pounds, and his hair, the dingy gray, was starting to grow out, and the roots were coming out the color of his youth. He's, by golly, got a fountain of youth here, too. The word is out now. It's no longer a secret. The doctor tried to keep it a secret, but now the word is out. People heard about the healing springs have been found. Within a year's time, 15,000 people came horseback, covered wagon. While they were here, they discovered 62 more springs. They all had healing properties too. So they're camping out at each spring. Now with that many people, this is the woods, there's no sanitation, no roads, no nothing. Things are starting to get unsanitary. In fact, there was even a couple of outbreaks of cholera. That, it's unsanitary conditions are going on. And they're polluting the springs too. They're really messing them up. And things weren't going well. This town that was a boom town overnight was going to implode upon itself and just be a ghost town. Everybody's going to get up and leave if we didn't get government in here to turn things around. And we finally did get a governor by the name of Powell Clayton, who came to town, and he turned everything around for us. If you've been to the Basin Hotel, you might recognize that name. They talked about Powell Clayton there too. It's the same guy. All right, folks, we're going to go back down now to that Barefoot Ballroom. We'll tell you a little bit more about those movers and shakers that got this town developed, and then we'll start that ghost tour. Go ahead. It's in the government. And you see the elected our government. Our ninth governor of the state, and the first after the Civil War for the Reconstruction of the state. Now, like I said, he's from Delaware. You're in the Ozarks. I'm a carpetbagger. They didn't care for this man from the north. A lot of people were against it, but they voted him in. And this man brought to town everything we needed to turn ourselves around. He, first of all, like back when it was the Wild West times before him, there were guns, slinging going on, and visits from Frank and Jesse James and Bill Doolin. A lot of problems because there was no law. Well, Powell Clayton brought the law to town. He paved the roads. He brought in utilities, electric company, and sanitation, which we needed, the infrastructure. And also the two most major things he brought in was he had friends from the East Coast that were railroad investors. He invited them here to town to help finance to bring the railroads here. Currently, the railroads went from Chicago to Seligman, Missouri. They paid $25,000 per mile to bring it from Seligman, Missouri, all the way here, blasting through mountain and rock. So that was a pretty big deal back then. They had the railroads coming to town. And Powell Clayton now, those railroad investors would need a place to stay. So he's the man who built on the Crescent Mountain, the Crescent Hotel. And that was in 1886, he completed that hotel. And it was a high-ranking hotel of its day. You had to only be invited to go. You could make a reservation. It was really a Shangri-La for these high net worth railroad tycoons. Now those tycoons that would go back home and come back, they are the ones that built those beautiful Victorian homes we have up on the West Mountain. You see, later as the town developed, your high net worth folks all lived up here on the West Mountain. your shopkeepers, your laborers, your common folk, all lived on East Mountain over here, modern homes, living in two shacks. These two social groups clashed constantly, never got along. They were constantly feuding and fighting and getting in and out of courts, fights. So that's going to come up in the story a little bit later. But anyway, Powell Clayton works in the McKinley campaign, and President McKinley gets elected the presidency, and as a reward, the president assigns him to be the ambassador to Mexico. He accepts the job. He's got to sell now all these little assets he created here in Eureka Springs. So he sold out to a man that came to town, quite wealthy, by the name of William Duncan. Now, William Duncan bought the package deal. It was called the Eureka Springs Improvement Company. And in that package deal, besides a bank, was utilities and an empty lot. That empty lot used to hold a predecessor hotel that was on this ground. And the name of that hotel was the Perry House. I'll tell you more about the Perry House when we get to the third floor. Now he thought what to do with that land, and he said, well, his predecessor hotel was out, let's put another hotel upon that. So he is the man that built the Basin Park Hotel. Took him 7 years to complete it. He finished it in 1905. Now this man didn't hire a management company to run the hotel, he ran it himself. He lived in the hotel, and he was here 24/7, and he ran it, owned it. He was here all the time. And still to this day, he walks these halls. If you're taking photographs and see a man wearing a brown suit and a brown derby, more than likely you caught his image. A lot of folks, I've seen him walking up and down the hall and on the first floor by the kitchen area. At one time, we've had many people say that they would go back to the kitchen and they would swear that someone behind them would turn around, nothing there. But out of the corner of their eye, they just know that there's someone there walking up and down the halls with them. So William Duncan, he's got all this going on, running the hotel. He's got the bank going, the utilities, and things are starting to run in a rut because he wasn't a very good manager of things. And he started to borrow money from his bank to help him out. And that was even bad. Now he's throwing money back on the bank investments. So he got in a lot of trouble. So he sold out before he went bankrupt. He sold out to another rich man in town by the name of Claude Fuller. Now Claude Fuller was Eureka Springs' true rags to riches story. He moved here as a young boy, quite poor with his family. And they lived down the East Mountain in a little shack. Everybody in the family had to go to work. So him and his brother got a job at the Crescent Hotel in the kitchens, and they're plucking chicken. They get paid though. Their payment is $5 a month to pluck chicken. And there's a great bonus. This is a wonderful bonus to get. They can take home all the chicken gizzards they possibly would want. At a young age, Claude Fuller promises himself, I am not going to be poor. I'm going to study, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to be a rich man someday. Holds up to that promise to himself. He goes to school and he studies hard, graduates. It took him a while to graduate from high school though. He was 20 years old when he graduated. And he's working around town, all kinds of jobs, and he's working for a lawyer. Running the papers back and forth to the courts, in his office back and forth. There's some law books in the back room and he's reading them, studying up on them. And the lawyers he's working for think, this is a bright kid. He's really smart. He's really got, what it takes to be a lawyer. So they gave him the bar exam orally, and he passed it. So he became a lawyer. So this is way back in the day when you didn't have to go to college to be a lawyer. You pass a bar exam by an established lawyer, and you could be a lawyer yourself. So he's a lawyer. He's hearing the cases of his friends on the East Mountain as they're fighting with the West Mountain folks. And they're really getting the bad end of the deal all the time because they couldn't afford the lawyer fees. So he's helping them out, hearing their cases. They're so grateful that they're going to get representation, but they can't afford to pay him. They don't have the money to pay him. But they got some land, so they use the barter system. They use the barter system for payment. And that's pretty much how this man became one of the richest men in town. Still to this day, his family own a lot of the property around here. In fact, his great-grandson is named John Cross. He's about 84 years old, still around this town, owns a lot of property. He's even the CEO of the Cornerstone Bank. His whole family is still carried down that wealth from Claude Fuller. Claude Fuller had a really interesting, charismatic nephew by the name of Joe Park Hill. Joe Park Hill was a very bright student. He had no problem in school at all, honor roll all the way. At the age of 9, his folks moved to Chicago from Eureka Springs. And in Chicago, he continues on going to school, and he's accepted into college. Now you have to go to college to be a lawyer. The years have gone by. And he gets accepted to George Washington University in Washington, D.C. Off to college he goes. And he's had no problem with the honor roll. He's got the first year down, second year is down, now he's in his third and final year. First semester, he's got excellent grades. Him and his buddies went out for the spring break, for summer, their midterm break. They go around to the bars and speakeasies in that area, Washington and West Virginia, that area. And they ran into a hot new music trend sweeping the nation called Dixieland Jazz. Now they're really taken by this music. See, these boys were in a band to begin with. They had a band and they were doing quite well. And they studied the music. They're picking up the sheet music and learning it, and they're playing excellently. And they're even getting job offers that they're playing that good. They caught on that quick. No, we got to go back to school. We only got a couple months to go, and we're lawyers here. All right, but just know the offer stands. Be told. So they're in school, they're going back to their last term, only a few months to go, but Joe Park's Hill grades are slipping and his interest to finish school has changed. He decided he's going to drop out of school. He's going to go play. He's going to accept that offer and go play in the bars and speakeasies in Chicago, his Dixieland Jazz music. Calls up his folks, giving them bad news. They're here in Eureka Springs, they can't get their best in D.C. to stop them. Off to Chicago he goes, and he plays in the bars and the speakeasies. Now there, these speakeasies are run by the mafia. He runs into the group called the Four Deuces, and these guys belong to Al Capone. It's in the 30s now. Al Capone's now in Alcatraz for tax evasion, but his group, his gang, are calling the shots, and he's working for them, and he's bringing in the money. So, of course, the mob just think he's doing the greatest thing. He's bringing in tourism, he's bringing in money. So things are going pretty well. As the years go by, World War II breaks out, and Joe decides to join the service. He joins the Navy. Off to service he goes, serves our country with distinction. And when the war is over, he decides he's going to come back to Eureka Springs and visit his folks, his Uncle Claude Fuller and his folks. So he comes here to Eureka Springs, and he's given a hero's welcome. They're all excited their boy's back in town. Big parade, big party. And his Uncle Claude Fuller, he's in his 70s now, and things ain't doing too good in tourism here in Eureka Springs. The war efforts are just over. The Great Depression is on its way off. Prohibition is pretty close to its end. People aren't spending money in tourism. And this town and this hotel are really doing bad financially. So his uncle decided he's going to give the ownership over to this young man, Joe Park Hill. New blood is needed to turn things around, new fresh ideas. So Joe Park Hill accepts it, gets the keys to the hotel. He now is the manager to the Basin Park Hotel. Walks around the lobby, gets introduced to the folks, shaking hands and making his to-dos. And wow, sitting behind the front desk is a gorgeous little brunette, real pretty little girl. And he's asking about availability. Oh yeah, she's a recent widow, but she's been going out lately. She might accept your offer. So he's grinning ear to ear, looking at her. She's grinning back. She caught sight of him. And he walks up to her and says, "Hey, little lady, do you happen to come with this hotel?" And she said, "Well, yes, I do." And they soon fall in love. It's a real love story here in the hotel. And they get married. And about a year later, they get a divorce. But they patched things over and they got married again. Things are going okay. But this time it just took a few months and they got a divorce again. But the third time they got married, believe it or not, they tried it the third time. Third time's the charm, right? Got a divorce for the third time. It all had to do with that Joe Park Hill. She wasn't going to put up with it. This is what he proposed to her with. These are the terms and conditions he gave her, but remember, she accepted it 3 times. Her name was Inez Walker. Inez, if you marry me, I'll give you everything. I'll give you diamond rings, buy a fancy car. We'll have these lavish cars. We'll go on these fabulous trips, but there's one thing I will never do for you, and that is to remain faithful. And she said, well, it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. So she tried it, caught him cheating too many times, and kicked him out of his ear. And that was a true story, and but they, you know, they got along. They kept their business end of the deal business. You know, they kept their personal life out of it. They ran this hotel wonderfully. She was a great bookkeeper, kept Joe's hand on the till, spending too much money, and he brought in the idea to bring tourism back here to the hotel. You remember it was in Chicago, he met a guy named Ralph Edwards. This man had a reality radio show. This is before TV was invented. Everybody sat around the radio for kids. And the name of that radio show was Truth or Consequences. It was similar to the Newlywed Game. Okay? They asked a bunch of newlywed couple or just soon to be married couple a bunch of questions. If they got the questions right, they get a prize. Joe Parkhill put up a 2-week free honeymoon for the winners. So the winners that got it was Mr. and Mrs. Howard Forehand from San Diego, California. They arrive here to the Basin Park Hotel in the Greyhound bus. Shakes Joe's hand. They're all excited, you know, got their free honeymoon. Now they're ready for their consequence, which was, you are to take off your shoes because you are to remain barefoot for the entire 2-week stay here in Eureka Springs. They hand over the shoes, they lock them up behind the front desk. They walked around town barefoot, they went out to the, dinner barefoot, they were in a hotel in and out barefoot. Townsfolk were watching, walking down these streets. You can imagine, I couldn't walk up and down with shoes on, let alone bare feet. But they're laughing at them, thinking it was hilarious. Okay? Pretty soon the town folks were taking their shoes off, and they're walking up barefoot too. It hit the papers, and that's just what Joe wanted for this. We're all a bunch of hillbillies here in Eureka Springs. We all walk around barefoot. And that's what they wrote up. And that worked. And he was so excited that, his idea was a success. Called back up Ralph. Hey, let's do a live radio show. We'll do it right here in my ballroom up on the 6th floor. We'll have a big party. Everybody can come for free that first year, as long as they come barefoot. Don't you have the barefoot ball and the barefoot ball. First year was a big success. Over 300 people showed up. Years after that, it got so popular and so crowded, they had to open up the ballroom at the Crescent Hotel and bus everybody back and forth just to accommodate it. It was a good idea, but Joe Parkhill wasn't enough. He remembered those years from Kamala's. He wanted not just a once-a-year event for bringing in money, he wanted it every day. Called up the mob, invited the mob here to town. They decided to do a deal. They did a dirty deal. They brought him to this hotel for illegal booze, illegal prostitution, and gambling. And they made it work by paying off the law. The mafia went to every branch of the government, and everybody had a little piece of the money coming in. They let this fly, they let this go, to build up the town's, monies. So things were going pretty fair for the mob, but not for the town folk. They're starting to lose everything they own. So they're getting addicted to this plane. They're not only losing all the money, they're putting up the deeds to their home and the titles to their house, to their cars and their factories, their farms. And Chicago's owning everything here in town. They're getting steam and mail. You got to find somebody that can't be bought up and put an end to this mess. One of the local fellows was playing in the high state poker games that were held over by the Lucky Seven, the bar down in the hall. That used to be Joe Parkhill's casino. It was all disguised. The windows were painted black. The door was solid wood, not glass window. It said there was storage on it, just for the feds didn't know what was going on there. And they played these high state games. The local boy was losing the shirt off his back. A lot of IOUs around. And he said to the mob, okay, this is it. I'm done. I'm going to call it quits. Let me go down to my room. I'm staying on the 2nd floor. Let me get some money, pay you off, and I'm done playing for the night. All right. That sounds good. The wise the mob told him, you go ahead and do that. They didn't trust him. They followed him down to the 2nd floor. Sure enough, he was sneaking at the fire escapes. Now, each floor's fire escape has got a catwalk that reaches out to the West Mountain. Thus, you can come to the hotel back in the day from the West Mountain on each level. You could enter the hotel. You could enter, it was ground level pretty much on each floor. That put us in Ripley's, believe it or not. So he's sneaking out that catwalk and he goes into the woods behind us. the mob caught him, fought with him. They ended up murdering the guy, let him lay down and die, slit his throat from ear to ear. That's what pushed the people over the edge, and that's what got them to hire somebody that couldn't be bought and put an end to this illegal stuff. It's 1955. It's the night of the Barefoot Ball. The state trooper tip off Joe Park Hill and Inez is going to be a raid. If you don't want to go hauled off to jail, you better keep your noses clean. So they did. The ball's going on. Everything's going fine. It's getting pretty close to 11 p.m. No law showed up. Joe Park Hill's losing his temper. I'm losing mine. If they were going to raid us, they would have been here by now. Let's get the stuff out. Let's make a couple of bucks before the night's over. Inez was pretty reluctant, but she allowed it, and they got the stuff out. Brought up the slot machines from the cave. That's where they kept them. We're going to visit that cave in a little bit. You know, brought out the illegal booze and the card games. And no sooner than them guys got cards in one hand and booze in the other. Off that elevator we all come up on tonight, stepped the sheriff. His name was Hurtin DeWeese. He stepped off and arrested the Joe Park Hill and his hotel manager, took him off to jail. So folks, we're telling you a lot of history tonight, and there's a reason. The folks that we see during our seances and such are from the 40s and the 50s, and that was the major highlight of these, the story here at the hotel. And that's why I dress in that way. And when the male tour guys, they dress like mobsters. And that's the kind of folks that walk around this hotel when we have our seances, from the 40s and the 50s. Okay? So we're going to get ready for that ghost hunt. We're going to get ready to turn the lights on. And a lot of times you get those professionals in here, they're filming away, and they tell us in secret, you know, a lot of times when we're doing these specials on TV, 95% of the time we don't find anything. It's so boring, you know. But there's like 5% of the time we get stuff that we just can't explain, so that's what they build the program on, that 5 minutes, at 5%. That's what we're hoping to run into tonight. Now let's go look over here. Come on over here, please. Look at these items that we used during some of our seances. Now we have this little girl doll. She does resemble the little girl dolls we have in the hotel. And I showed you also the photograph of the little girl ghost. Sometimes during the seance we will use dowsing rods. You know, dowsing rods are used to find hidden objects. It's not only water, you know, people can use, you do use them to find spirits. Also, we have a pendulum. You ask a pendulum a question, and you know, it says yes, no, maybe. That's over there in that little velvet bag. And then we have our protection stones, our healing quartz. Amethyst is used for people when they're having a seance, for they can have intuitive sight, where they can see things that are otherwise hidden. Also, it will protect you from negativity. Selenite is the best crystal to have to protect you from negativity. We have a large selenite crystal here, and it absorbs the negative stuff. Sometimes when you call upon the spirits, you get things that you don't want. So, you know, this will help protect us. We've got healing stones that are there to help us to be protected tonight during our seance, or call upon the spirits. But also, folks, what we're going to do is going to use your eyesight, use your sense of smell. Sometimes you smell cigarette smoke or something. But also there's an app we're going to introduce you to that you can put on your phone that'll give you a great paranormal experience. The app that we use during our tour is called Ghost Hunting Tools.
Are you still able to take pictures?
Yes, please take pictures.
While you've got the app going?
Yes. Well, sure, sure. Yes, you can. Use your flash. I know the Crescent says not to, but here it works out better if you use your flash.
What is the name?
Now this app looks like this. It's a blue screen with a black handprint. See that little icon there? And the little girl ghost hiding underneath some chairs in the corner of this room.
What was her name?
But anyway. You can't see what's casting that shadow. We believe it's a shadow person we call it. Now watch the little video right where the arrow is and play over and over again. You see it walking by? You see it move by?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right in the middle, right in the center. Just move by.
Oh yeah.
It looks like the shape of a body, like somebody's walking, but you don't see a person, you see a shadow.
There was one that was 3 hours.
Wow.
What did you say? What it's saying different things?
Yeah, the spirit is trying to tell us things. Perhaps he's letting us know that fall is
Okay,
coming.
mine finally came up.
Oh, did it?
I had turned the Wi-Fi off. But
We're going to keep this air up and running for the rest of the tour.
I got this recording,
Then we'll proceed down
which
to
I had like a little
floor.
pocket.
We'll tell our
Can you hold that in your
guests.
hand?
That means you have a spirit near you. Pretty soon this autograph will get greater and greater. And it'll turn red also.
I just think these fire escapes are wonderful.
This is Trinity.
Well, it's pretty awkward.
Mine has nothing.
So keep the apps on.
Takes it a minute.
We're going to go through the hotel now. We're going to look the spirit. Spirits of the Basin Park Hotel. All we have in the corner here are the pictures. And then we have the rock star. It's a 1956 Lincoln Mark II belonging to Elvis. So they scoured the town, couldn't find anybody that would volunteer to hold that plant. They went to the local bar and pulled out the local drunk. That's him. And all he wanted for payment was a couple fizz of vodka. And they got it in and out. When they were done, they came back to help him get it out too. Stayed here for several years. He did charge of additional money, put theater ropes around it, and stayed there damaging that floor for about 7 years. Then finally they took it out and went back to Graceland. It's now on display at Graceland. So the hotel has been off and on through ownership after that, because he sold it, made a profit, sold it for $400,000. Our current owner bought it in 1997. That's Marty and Elise Rennick from Connecticut. Now these people are millionaires, and they used to own the corporation Compudon, which was similar, running parallel with IBM. They sold it and decided to spend their millions on restoring their historic buildings.
This is clear.
So they bought the Basin Park Hotel, and they wanted to turn it into their residence. The city ordinance wouldn't allow it. The prison was for sale, so they bought the prison hotel. They put their penthouse at the top. All night long, they had a feeling of somebody running their hand up and down their arm. Okay. Others said they had a weird feeling of a presence of someone in their room, and they looked in the side of their bed and there'd be a sudden invitation that somebody just sat down next to them. But then another group said that their complaint was they were out all night long. They come home late at night, and the bed sheets and covers were all messed up, and they weren't that way when they left. What is going on the fourth floor? So we gave this spirit the name the Ladies' Man Ghost, because he likes to mess with the females on this floor. And speaking of messing with females, I have a feeling I know who this is. That's that cheating Joe Parkin. He's manifesting himself up here on the fourth floor. So that's what we have going on the fourth floor. It's not just one room, it's multiple rooms. What you got?
You are not.
You are not. I wonder what that could refer to. All right, you've got machine. Let's go to the third floor. There I'm going to have to take photographs down a certain hall.
This is on my list.
Oops. And it was only open for about 4.5 years because it burned to the ground. The fire started in its kitchens. Burned straight to the ground. Some of the newspaper articles said nobody perished. Other articles said, oh yes, about 40-some people burned in that fire. Now, we have a certain spirit that came from that era that roams these halls. And we have the name of that hotel, I don't know if I mentioned, it was the Perry House. It was a wooden structure, wheelchair accessible. It was a convalescent type hotel. They were used water based in, piped in rather from the Basin Springs. And people came here to use the spring waters. So the infamous character that we believe is roaming these halls is none other than the cattle baron, John Chisholm. You might have heard of him, Chisholm Trail, the old cowboy. Now this fella came to the Perry house because he had cancer. He had throat cancer. The tumor was removed, but he still had the cancer there. Doctors didn't give much time to live. So in last ditch effort for his life, he decided to try the springs here in Eureka Springs. He drank of the water, he bathed in the waters, and he still passed away. If you look at the blueprints from where he died, compare them to our hotel, it's approximately down this hall in room 310. Now down this hall, we have our seance. We walk down here, if you take a little mini video, sometimes you can catch orbs shooting down the hall. It's often captured on this hall, or even photographs. If you want to do that, we'll spend a few minutes through the track. Walk down this hall, see what your reader might say. This is the really active area in which we have orbs and cowboy boots.
I kind of cut in line. I didn't mean to. I got excited. Look at me in
Some
line.
folks even said that
Oh,
they
sorry.
seen him walking the halls, and he was with a horse.
I got excited and just couldn't.
As long as that front desk clerk might have heard on the third floor, could have been that cowboy with his horse. We do have a little video of orbs flying down this hall. Let's see if I can pull it up. Instead of going down there, you can just look at the video. Be mindful of the guests, stay quiet.
Mine still says clear.
There'll be a few more moments.
Mine's not changing. I just keep saying that word. Darkness.
Are we ready? Let's go down to the second floor.
Oh, Linda. I was waiting for everybody to come
Try
back.
yourself.
What do you make
She
of
wants
this
to
one?
Task.
Let's go.
What'd you get?
Nothing.
It's like dots in my pictures.
I was like, what? Dots?
Dots. Yeah, see?
Oh, wow, like orbs.
Yeah, I have it again. Do you see that? The dots?
Oh, wow, look at that. What the heck is that?
Oh, wow, there it is, yeah.
Is there a light? What is that? That's not my camera, is it?
No, it can't be. No, 'cause see it moves. Well, now you move it. Well, I don't know, maybe it is. No? See, now it's gone.
That one was nice mine. Okay, we're on second floor.
You scared me so bad. I'm so sorry. What happened? I didn't know where she was going. I saw her in the camera. Scared the crap out of me. I'm so sorry.
She's a little skittish. Me too.
Okay. No. I don't know how to do this, Hayden.
That's why.
I got a different infrared thing, and everything's green.
Between these two plants, I myself don't see anything.
I forget. I'm
This floor, all different rooms, what's happening. explain the ghosts are looking the same, but what she does in the room is all different. One story goes that they're woken in the middle of the night by a young girl standing at the foot of the bed staring. She says she's a young girl, maybe early teens, or late teens rather, early 20s. Long white Victorian gown, long wavy hair, just stares. Other folks have written stories that we had a girl in our room last night. She had a long white Victorian gown on, long wavy hair. She grabbed hold of our blankets and she pulled them right off the bed and fell to the floor. Other folks said we had a girl in our room last night. She had long hair and she had a long white gown. And she lifted up the sheets of the bed and she's like crawling in the bed. She looked down and seen we were there. Then she dropped the sheets like this and she threw her face and covered her face with her hands and turned, disappeared right through the wall. The latest statement, which just happened last year, folks wrote something. They couldn't sleep all night long. They kept having recurring nightmares. That a girl, long white gown, long wavy hair, was grabbing onto their ankles and trying to pull them onto the bed. So this is also the floor in which that young man was murdered on the fire escapes. Remember I told you about the young boy? That was, well, he wasn't a boy to me, I know that. But he was in his 20s, and he was murdered out in the fire escapes, okay, from the mobsters when he was trying not to pay his debt. And that happened down this hall. Very end of this hall, the fire escape. Now we cannot go out on that fire escape. The alarm will go off and everybody will be all startled. But this floor,
They crossed down there?
Yeah, a lot.
That's where he was murdered.
Have fun. Yeah.
Did he have a list?
Take it. Yeah.
the man that ran the seance was down there, the lights were out.
Trail.
The lights were out. He was all alone, standing back home. He felt very uncomfortable in his throat.
Okay.
Turn the lights back on.
He's revealed that it revealed the inside of his throat.
He was murdered out here.
Revealed the inside of his throat, of course. Angela's right in her face.
Yeah, January 28th.
You're recording your back.
You turn the light on, it's dark,
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah, they really cross in there.
Is that your room?
What?
No, take that away.
The housing,
That's so freaking bizarre.
Let's hope they're right next to our room.
Is anybody else on this hall? It's really crossing. Anybody else what? Yeah, it was really crossing. Oh my gosh. It's like
we're gonna finish up the tour of the cave.
yeah, that's crossing my
It's on the lobby level. So we're gonna head on down to the lobby. Again, if you need to use a few drips over there, water coming through. Doesn't really flood, but we do get a little steady trickle of rainwater in here when it rains. This is actually an alley behind the buildings. It runs all the way from the park. It used to continue on over to the end of the block. But every business, behind their building for storage or not things they use it for tours. But in the past, when it was Joe Park Hill in his Walker times, this was a speakeasy. They got slot machines lining this wall. After that, they called it the elbow room. After that, it was used as a coffee shop and a restaurant. And now, well, way before that time, before the Inez time, the bootleggers were running illegal booths through here to keep it away from the side of the law on the streets. And I heard them come, they'd hide back here and run from the park down to the other end and get away. So, we're going to see now a little film. This film was taken in the year 2005. It's a little video from our 100th anniversary party at the hotel. No, it's in 1905, taken in 2005. you know, when we had this party, who could we invite that, you know, at some Eureka hotel? And we found Inez Rocca. She was 93 years old. So she's in this little film, and they asked her to please tell us a story in your own words, a story of the big bus from 1955. So she tells us the story in her own words. She's really active for her age, you know. She's hopping around and all excited, sticks are turning out. And she's just a silly girl. And a lot of folk in the background, you hear them either coughing or trying to tell her what to say. But just leave her alone. The woman gets her story out beautifully. And I think she had a little bit of drinking. Because at the end, she talks about her little body. So let's take it away, Inez.
Yeah, sure busted. Oh, well, we had been warned that they were going to raid us that night. The state police told me that they were going to, but his name was Louise Herter, and they called him Hurtin' with Louise. So anyway, we had the bar, you know, back there, and Joe was working with the picture, and but anyway, I was sitting there and taking money as it came in the door before, you know. But anyway, I told Joe to put all of it away, that they were going to come in and raid us, but he said, okay, so we put it away. About 11 o'clock, he said, I'm losing money. So he took it out off the elevator and it's there. And he took me out and the bottom of the jail. And so I had to raise up $1,000 to go down and get him out of jail and all. But I asked him, I said, did you get the money out of the slot machine before the guy? And Erden went in the back, you know, well, back then, you know, there was, the desk was around like that, and there was a little room back there that we called the elbow room, where we had 4 slot machines in there.
This here is a Reverend Paul Hansen I'm telling you about. Now, we interviewed folks that were around at the time that he was here at the hotel. And they said, boy, this man was odd. Very strange. Claims to be ordained in 20-some different religions. Mind you, this is the early 70s, before computers. So he must have been knocking on church doors getting his paperwork. But that's his prerogative, and who do we judge, and we claim to be ordained in 20-some religions, and, he said they seen him about town, they seen his stepdaughters coming to take him to school. And after they moved in, they never seen the wife anymore. They want to know what's going on. A lot of rumors were going around. Where's the wife? And here the woman was a author. She kept herself locked up on the 5th floor. Writing novels. She was a Christian mystic. They're very long gone, they passed away. This is her. This is Genesee Manson. She just passed away this year. Still an author, still writing books. And this here is our owner. If I look at her, you know this woman's an author. Real modest, real meek. And this woman owns the Basin Park, owns the present, owns the whole area. One more photo to look at. It's the basin spring itself. This is the little bowl that you can locked up, chiseled on a limestone base rock. It's out there in that park. Now to see it, you'll have to look down the well. You're going to see the doughboy statue, first the band shell, the doughboy statue, and then the well, and then the fountain. I got it all closed up. I don't know what we do, but I got boards on the top. But down that well, you see this little bowl. It's still down there. There's a pump down there bringing up water, but it's still there to this day. And this photograph's over 135 years old. So that's the end of the slideshow. And anybody have any questions before we say our closing statement? A lot of people at this time talk about spirits and ghosts. They ask questions about it. Some say, aren't they the same thing? Well, we've talked to the professionals that come here for the seances and the program. And they say their theory is, their studies say like this, that a spirit is an individual when they die, they've gone to the light. They moved on to the other side. And they can travel from the other side down to the earth freely. No problem. The ghosts, however, when they passed away, they chose not to go to the other side. And they're stuck here in the earth plane. And they're pretty miserable. And they can't travel around. They can't move anywhere. And they have a tendency to attach themselves to humans and, make you in a bad mood, or make you feel sick to your stomach, or even attach themselves to your equipment, drain your batteries, your cameras, or your cell phone. So those professionals said you've got to tell your guests to say a closing statement to keep the ghosts from following them out of this hotel. And it goes like this: I know where your presence, I know you're here, but where I'm going, you're not invited. Please do not attach yourself to me or to my equipment. Thank you. Good night. It seems to work. At first, we used to get a lot of things about that from people going on the tour, saying, "Well, I've been feeling lousy ever since you tour. I think I'm a ghost attached here." And these professionals say it could happen. Some people really, dwell upon it. They might feel mixed. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to say that closing statement again. I will say it verse by verse so you can follow along. If not, that's okay. I'll just be talking to myself. Okay. I'm aware of your presence.
Aware of your presence.
I know you're here.
I know you're here.
But where I'm going, you're not invited.
Not invited.
Please do not attach yourself.
Please do not attach yourself
to me or to my equipment.
to me or mine.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
There you have it, folks. That's the end of our show. I want to thank you so much for coming. On your way out the door, we do have a tip jar. It's customary, but it's not mandatory. Greatly appreciated.
I'm stuck on January.
And if you care to go back to the front, take some photos.
Yeah.
Go right ahead. The
January's
only
when
room
the
you can't go back
ghost
into
tour
is the
thing
back
is
of the
here.
car.
Oh, that's right. We're going to do both hotels.
But you can return to the floors until 10 p.m. So, all right.
Well,
Thank you so much for coming.
Earlier mine spiked red and said Bible, remember?
And going out that door,
Bible, and it spiked red like it was mad or something. Oh, it didn't like the Bible. I guess I should ask her if she knows what the red means.
There's one on the 6th.
well, it's black and white. Anyone in here?
Immediately after I asked if anyone was here, my EVP picked up a sound that sounded like yeah or yes, and at the end of the audio, it caught whispers that we don't know what it is. Anyone in here? Where's the charger to this? Charger to that. Oh, it's the recording.
When it was red, it was lit up quite a bit.